Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Going to talk a little bit about the fact that's finally come to the top. Sure, it's taken long enough in the whole immigration debate that a lot of there's certain ethnic groups that are already American citizens, one of which are the black Americans in this country, that are going to be adversely affected by this widespread amnesty being offered to illegals. You know, and to me, it's kind of interesting and shows incredible hubris on the part of liberals and Democrats that, you know, because of the fact that, you know, blacks in particular will vote 90% of the time for them, they're going to go ahead and throw the blacks underneath the bus in pursuit of amnesty for illegal aliens. I find it shocking, you know, and I'm shocked that I'm the only person that's thought of this, and I've actually talked about it before at usdailyreview.com. I've got Kevin Martin, and he's a writer with Breitbart.com, and particularly the big government section of that, and he's also involved with an organization that I used to be an employee of called the National Center for Public Policy Research. Amy and David Ridenour, great friends of mine. Glad to have you on the program, Kevin.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks. So I think it's great that you guys are doing this. And, of course, the mainstream media, the lamestream media, isn't going to give you much cred. But I'm surprised our side hadn't been articulating this position longer. Talk a little bit about that, Kevin.
Well, first of all, we are an organization of Democrats, Republicans. I'm an independent, and we are all looking at this amnesty bill that's being rammed through the Senate and also rushed through the Senate, and saying, okay, where is our input in this? We have two senators who are who are black in the Senate, and they're not being included in the Gang of Eight. No one's asking them how this immigration bill is going to adversely affect our community. And what we're saying is that we remember the outcome of the 1986 amnesty. It totally devastated the African American community for a period of almost 10 years. I mean, you know, I grew up during that period. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us refer to that 10-year decade as a lost decade with the crack wars that gripped urban areas, 500-600 people being killed annually. Hundreds of youth that, just like right now, who came out of college and couldn't find jobs. I mean, they had college degrees and couldn't get jobs because many have this really misconception that the illegals or whatever you want to call them are people.
They're illegal. It's okay to call illegal people illegal.
Well, we have this conception that those who come here legally are from Mexico and cross the border and are simply looking for work and doing the work that Americans won't do. But that's a lie. Most of your illegals are people who've overstayed their student and working visas. They're in the workforce. They have degrees. They are fueling an underground economy that is worth $2 trillion.
Yeah, and it's and much of it's very criminal, Kevin.
Yeah, most of them are very criminal.
Yeah.
They're in the activities that most other people would basically avoid like the plague. And then when they do get caught, the government does this capture and release on the promise they're going to return to court and face these charges. And most of them simply, as soon as they walk out of court, they get a ticket, jump on the plane, and fly home.
Yeah.
And you never hear from them
So,
again.
Kevin, I got a bunch of questions, and you are a rebel rouser like me and can talk unceasingly, but I have questions for you. So tell me about how is it that the Democratic Party has completely shunned the black community in this? Is it because of the fact that around 90% of blacks are going to vote Democrat no matter how much you abuse them?
Yes, basically that's the feeling. The feeling is among the Democratic leadership that blacks basically have nowhere else to go. What are they going to do? Vote Republican? Stay home? What are they going to do?
Well, a lot of them might stay home, but there's never a threat really of them voting Republican. Not much.
Right. Or are they going to support an independent candidate? What are they going to do? They know that this community in the last 6 years has painted itself into a corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do you see? What do you see in terms? Has there been any other black organizations that are more prominent and certainly more liberal that are taking a position similar to this Black Leadership Council that's kind of taking the lead on this issue?
No. Most of them are very quiet. Most of them are, they know that if they do take a position, their funding that they get from liberal organizations is pretty much going to dry up. It's going to dry up. They're going to be taken into, privately into a corner and reprimanded for not supporting or towing the party line. I'm surprised that the NAACP hasn't taken a position, the Urban League, Al Sharpton's organization, the National Action Network, Jesse Jackson, Push. None of these organizations have taken an official position that is in conflict with the party line.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. My producer just was mentioning to me that the fact that, 70% plus of blacks are opposed to gay marriage, for example. The majority of blacks are opposed to abortion. Yet, it's interesting to see that they virtually had no impact in terms of the elections of 2012 or 8.
Right.
And again, it's because, blacks, I hate to say it, but blacks are just too easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to it's easier to remain quiet than to say something and take a position, and that's what a lot of them are doing. It's okay. Well, we don't want to rock the boat. What little funding that we get, we're going to do the A, B, and C, and not say anything about it, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and that's what the Black American Leadership Alliance is saying. We're saying that this is going to devastate our community. We've had no input whatsoever. I mean, there's study after study that says amnesty will have an adverse effect on our community. And no one other than us is standing up and saying, hey, wait a minute, why isn't this massive rush all of a sudden? Because really what we're saying is this president is looking for a legacy. Everything else is falling flat. Okay, so it's easy to say, hey, I gave 13 million illegals, whatever number they're using, which is always 3 times as much as the government says. We gave them amnesty, and they're hoping that these new citizens will flock out and vote for the Democrat Party.
So tell me real quickly, tell us about this event, this demonstration we got coming down.
Oh, we have a rally here in Washington, D.C. on July 15th, where we're going to say to the U.S. Congress and its president, look, we're watching. We know what amnesty is going to do to us, okay, and we're not going to allow it. Mm-hmm. This rally is for everyday community activists, community organizers, and other civil rights and religious leaders to come and say, business leaders to say, look, this amnesty sounds like a good thing, but it's going to have an adverse effect not only on the black community, but America as a whole. Mm-hmm. You are taking people, and I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them do come here and just simply want a better living for their children and themselves. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But get in line legally. I'm a veteran. I know many, many people who came here legally, enlisted in the military on the hopes of becoming citizens one day. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I fought next to these people. But when the people who come here legally, who've already been here, who are already fueling the underground economy, you're going to take them out because you want that $2 trillion legally pumped into the economy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin,
yes.
I have to wrap it up. I'm sorry, buddy. You're on a roll, too. You did a great job. Kevin Morton, he's with Breitbart.com. He's also with the Black Leadership Council and the National Center for Public Policy Research. I'm sure they're behind this event, too, NCPPR.
No. I'm telling you, no, they have not taken an official position.
Okay. Well, cool.
And sometimes you have to go independent when you see things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. What's it called? 21. What's the name of that group that they have?
The Black American Leadership Alliance, and you can find.
Yeah, but what's that group that the National Center has? Something 21. Project 21. Yeah, I would think they'd be behind this. That's interesting. What's the website for people to go to get more information, Kevin?
Okay, it's www.dcmarchforjobs, all one word, .com.
DC March for Jobs.
And you can go there and look up at our letter that we sent to the U.S. Senate. You can get more on the rally, and if you want to join, and it doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't matter what race you are.
Kevin,
this amnesty bill is going to affect us all.
Yeah, I got to wrap it up, man.
Sure.
But you're on a roll, and you're awesome. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, keep up the great fight. I'm Kevin Price. You are listening to Kevin Martin. He's with Breitbart and several other great groups. I want you to learn more about that event. Make a difference. You know what? This is a horrible thing that's happening to the black community and really average Americans everywhere. And it's being done for large political agendas, not in the best interest of this country. All right, I'm Kevin Price. Stay tuned for more right after this.